Let me guess, you're a small business owner and you're sick and tired of all the payment processing fees. I've been there and I totally get it. So this is the research I've done to figure out the best payment processing system. So a lot of times if you have Honeybook or Dubsado, you can connect different payment processors. And one of them is PayPal. You can use Stripe. These are very similar. And unfortunately, you just can't get around getting money taken out of the beautiful invoice that you sent to a client. So Stripe works out where they take 30 cents from every single transaction, and it's, I believe, a 2.5% transaction fee. PayPal is super similar, and I'll have a blog where I really lay down the exact amounts, but it takes out that about same amount, so it gets to be a lot. And if you have PayPal, you may notice that it's really difficult to figure out what they're taking out, but you'll also notice that when you send out a $150 invoice, that's not what you're getting. So the way that you can figure out in PayPal what they're doing for transaction fees is if you go to activity, and just if you're a small business owner, make sure that you are tracking these transaction fees and putting them in your spreadsheet or whatever you do for monthly business expenses, because you can write it off at the end of the year. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to statements, and we'll do custom. And so I'm going to go back to December and see how much PayPal took from me. And I'm going to have a blog that is linked below with some other different payment processors. It's frozen in my face, lovely. That other people suggest. I co-wrote the blog with a accountant for small businesses and entrepreneurs. So she gives her advice as well as an accountant. But Stripe and PayPal seem to be two of the most common. You can also pay through QuickBooks. If you have QuickBooks, same thing. They're going to take a percentage. It's very similar. I've tried to find the cheapest one. So if we go to all transactions from December. Okay. Create a report. And what it does is it will pull up the transactions, and then you will be able to see a column that says the transaction fees, and you have to add them together, which is really annoying, but that is what you have to do. There's also, I think there's another way to go about it on PayPal through the activity tab. But what I really wanted to mention was Venmo has a business account. Here we go. So you can also just do this. December 1st. I guess I just could have clicked last month, but make my life more difficult, right? And you could go into like every single one and see, and then just add it together. So it's a little bit tedious, but Venmo Business is a new, see right here, it says the fees that they took out. It seems to be newer. And if you use Venmo for your business, that's not technically legal. I know it's great because it's a system that a lot of people know how to use, but it's not legal. So if you can get Venmo Business, they're only rolling it out to select few people. It's significantly cheaper. I think it's 1.5% instead of 2.5, and it's 10 cents per transaction. So highly suggest looking into Venmo Business. This is not paid advertising. It's just what I have found to be the best thus far. And I'm linking a blog below with way more resources.